Listen, y'all, this is my beloved son. He spoke directly to him. And he covers them in love. And I want to tell you right now, on a practical, pragmatic level, one of the first things you need to do to your children, especially when they're not pleasing you, is before you say a word to them, make contact with them. Come here, Ben. Come here. I think it's so important to get your kids, like, on a real level, and almost like descend on, put your whole body on it, and speak into their hearing. Like, tell them. I know this is just simple teaching tonight, y'all. Just simple teaching. And just tell them, like, you're so handsome. I'm so pleased with you. Like, you are the man, man. Man, I love you so much. I tell Matthew every day how handsome he is, don't I? Or I tell him, like, things like, this may sound crazy. I'll get next to him, I'm like, well, you smell so good, man. You're so handsome. Why is that important? Because it's not about anything that he does. It's about who he is in my life. And any married people here? Let me get to the adults. It's so important, men, to come up behind your wife. Maybe while she's brushing her teeth. Maybe after she's done brushing her teeth. You know, some arguments just can't be solved. So stop trying to win the point. Why don't you go ahead and go back to who she is and not what she's doing? And make contact. You know, the Father from heaven, from glory, made sure Jesus felt him. Like, I want you to not only hear my, you know, we say so much sometimes that our words kind of just, but let me show you. I'm going to put my presence on you. I'm going to tell you how much you mean to me, how much I love you. This is practical stuff. You don't need that this weekend. Watch. Just put it in your back, take that card, put it in your back pocket, use it. You're going to need it. I give it to whom I will. If you then will worship me, it will be all yours. And Jesus answered him, it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. So notice, he gets this love, right? And he hears this voice that says, you are my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. And now, this same voice, the same spirit, is leading him into a trial. Leading him into temptation. Leading him into the wilderness. Listen. The Spirit of God will never lead you into any confrontation that you are not quick to overcome. If you are in a battle or a struggle in any way, if you're in any kind of conflict right now, just know that the only reason you are in it is because you have the power and the ability and the experience to overcome it. I'll prove it. If you go to Exodus 13 in verse 17, the children of God, the children of Israel, coming up out of Egypt, right? And it says, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines, although that was the near way or the shortcut. For God said, lest the people change their minds when they see war in fear and they return back to bondage. No, we're going to go the long way. I'm taking you back to the wilderness. Why? Because if I take you this way, then you're going to come into contact with something and you're going to be afraid. This battle is too much for you. And I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to fear. Because if you start to get afraid, you will become a slave or back into bondage again. That's significant that you understand that. Because I mean, the Lord knows, he can scan your system, your mind, your heart, your will, and he knows what you're capable of overcoming. How is it that the battle you're in right now, you weren't in 10 years ago? Because 10 years ago, you wouldn't have made it out of that battle. How is it the things that you're encountering right now in your life, you didn't encounter 3 years ago, or even how about 3 months ago? Because 3 months ago, the Lord knew you were not powerful enough to overcome it. You need to know this. Because if you're in any kind of battle right now, if you're in any kind of war right now, it means that you actually have the power to overcome. Or else you would not be in it right now. Okay.